Thank you, Max, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everybody in Asia. I'm Oliver Väärtnõu. I'm the CEO of Cybernetica, and I have this pleasure to kick off this electronic identity seminar with a little brief about Cybernetica, the history of Cybernetica, and what we do in general. Cybernetica is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, Estonian IT companies. Our history actually spans back to 1960s into a research institute, which was founded at that time, and which was working on the topic of cybernetics, on basically digitalizing the societies and how societies can utilize IT in its endeavors. When Estonia became independent, we had quite a lot of change in our society, and actually a company called Cybernetica was founded in 1997. We have been working over the years on a lot of interesting topics, on fundamental topics in digitizing or in digitizing societies. And that's why we say that our mission is to create mission critical IT systems that have to work in severe environments, that cannot really fail, that have to be cyber secure, etc., etc. In this mission, it is important to say that we still focus a lot on research and development, and I will talk about it a little later. But today we have expanded our footprint into 35 countries around the world. Of course, Estonia is one of the key references for us. And in these 35 countries, we work on a lot of fundamental technologies and digitalizing fundamental domains. Like here you can see from the slides, we are providing our solutions from internet voting to interoperability platforms functioning in Ukraine, Tunisia, Namibia, Japan, etc., etc. We have done radio communication systems to Venice canal systems, but also our radio communications and vessel traffic control systems enable to control, or in order enable to guide ships in the most heaviest waterways in the world, like the Malacca Strait or in the Gibraltar Strait. Also, we have worked a lot on the topic of digital identity, which you will hear from my colleagues afterwards. Coming back to Estonia, Cybernetica is considered to be one of the fundamental companies here that have enabled to digitize the Estonian society. Already in the early 2000s, Cybernetica was contracted by the government to start looking at fundamental issues in order to digitize the government, but also the society. One of the first topics one of the first issues that we dealt with was actually not digitalization, but actually on how to enable digital transactions in the society. And we looked at the issue of rules and regulations. And one of the first things that we did, we were consulting the Estonian Parliament and the Estonian Ministry of IT and Economic Affairs with the creation of the Digital Signatures Act. With this law, actually, fundaments were given in the society for transacting digitally, so that actually digital transactions had legal proofs. Over the years, we started looking at digitalizing fundamental aspects of the society. First of all, we created the X-Road system, which basically enables secure data exchange between different data sets and between different organizations in the world, in Estonia, in the society. And what it basically is, it operates as an e-government platform here in Estonia. All the public services are provided via that platform. We moved on to the creation of a digital identity framework. We piloted the Estonian ID card. Kaia and Max will talk about it later as well. And we moved then into digitizing different domains like internet voting. So how can people cast their votes online? We digitized the Estonian tax and customs system. We moved into border surveillance, providing surveillance tools and command control systems for the Estonian border guard. We developed systems for Estonian police, but also in the later stages or in the later years, we have worked a lot on cybersecurity, creating cyber intelligence platforms in Estonia, also threat detection platforms. We have also done a lot for the Estonian national grid operator for creating a smart grid platform in Estonia. If you look at the common thread always is systems that cannot fail, that have to be robust, that have to be secure. Thus, our mission in creating mission-critical software. Finally, I would like to touch upon the topic of research and development. When I started my speech, I mentioned that that Cybernetica grew out from a research institute called Institute of Cybernetics that was operating under the Estonian Academy of Sciences. Well, for that mission that we got from this institute still is very strongly embedded in Cybernetica. We still do research. We take great pride in doing this research. Our focus in the research is mostly on information security and mostly on cryptography, creating secure algorithms, creating new protocols for different kinds of solutions, whether it's internet voting, multi-party computations, or electronic identity. We have a dedicated research institute inside Cybernetica that works very, very closely with all our teams, including the team of digital identity. Actually, the split key technology that you will be hearing much about today is one of the research results of Cybernetica's research. And it is a unique patented technology, really state-of-the-art technology, which uses cryptographic methods that haven't been used in this kind of concepts before. Our research department, in order to be excellent and in order to thrive towards excellence, is of course working with dozens of organizations around the world. We are very active in European Horizon programs, which is the framework for funding research in Europe. Through this framework, we are partnering with different top universities and research institutes in the world and in Europe as well. We also work, for example, for Defense Advanced Research Projects Organization. We have been part of their cryptography and privacy programs for the last 10 years almost. And in addition to cryptography, of course, over the years, we have started to look at other disciplines and topics as well, like artificial intelligence, like more strategic advice on governments on how to set up governing structures in information security. We have done a lot of research also in the topic of situation awareness and bringing information together and trying to make sense of that information over the years. Finally, I would like to mention that this research is one of the key topics, and Cybernetica really continues pursuing that agenda. And this we see as one of the key competitive advantages. And this research that we do is actually put into our digital identity technologies for further competitive advantages. Thank you very much.